Before you give up, watch this story first. Have you ever wondered why bad things happen to good people? A 20-year-old girl from America lost the only job she had. She thought her dream was over, but she had no idea that this heartbreaking moment was actually the beginning of the greatest chapter of her life. Stay until the end, because this story might completely change the way you look at your own struggles. Let's begin in the peaceful coastal town of Bar Harbor, Maine. Lived a 20-year-old girl named Emily Carter. Emily worked in a small cafe near the harbor. Every dollar she earned helped her and her 74-year-old grandmother, Mary, pay their bills. Life wasn't easy. Their old wooden house needed repairs. The refrigerator was almost empty by the end of every month. But Grandma Mary always said, "Never let a bad day convince you that you have a bad life." Emily smiled every time she heard those words, but deep inside, she didn't truly believe them. One Monday morning, the cafe owner called Emily into his office. With tears in his eyes, he said, "Emily, I'm sorry. Business has become too slow. I can't afford to keep all my employees anymore. Today is your last day." Emily's heart sank. She quietly took off her apron, picked up her backpack, and walked home in complete silence. On the way home, heavy rain began to fall. Felt like even the sky understood her pain. When she reached home, Grandma Mary opened the door. Without saying a word, Emily hugged her and started crying. "I lost my job." Grandma Mary gently held her shoulders and smiled. Emily looked confused. "Grandma, how can you smile when everything is falling apart?" Mary softly replied, "Because sometimes life has to remove something small before it gives you something much greater." Emily wanted to believe her, but fear was stronger than hope. For the next 2 weeks, she applied for dozens of jobs. Every email carried the same message: "We're sorry, but we've chosen another candidate." Emily slowly stopped believing in herself. One evening, while walking home, she noticed an elderly man struggling to carry several heavy grocery bags across the street. People walked past him without stopping. Emily hesitated for a moment. She had her own problems. But then she remembered her grandmother's words. Without expecting anything in return, she walked over, smiled, and quietly said, "Sir, let me help you." The old man looked at Emily and smiled. "Thank you, young lady." Emily carried his groceries all the way to his small house. Before she left, the man asked, "Why would you help a stranger when you look like you're carrying your own problems?" Emily smiled softly. "Because kindness doesn't cost anything, and maybe someone else needs hope more than I do." The old man nodded without saying another word. Emily never asked his name. She simply walked away. 3 days later, a black SUV stopped outside Emily's house. A professionally dressed woman stepped out. "Are you Emily Carter?" Emily nodded. The woman smiled. "My name is Sarah Wilson. The man you helped a few days ago is my grandfather." Emily was surprised. Sarah continued, "My grandfather built one of Maine's largest restaurant companies before retiring. He told me something about you that I couldn't ignore. He said, 'I finally met someone who helps people even when life isn't helping her.'" Sarah handed Emily an envelope. Inside was an offer, not just for a job, but to become the manager of a new community cafe that would serve struggling families and lonely senior citizens. Emily couldn't believe her eyes. Tears filled her face. That evening, she looked at her grandmother and whispered, "If I had never lost my job, I would have never met that old man." Grandma Mary smiled gently. "Exactly. Every good and bad situation comes for a reason." 6 months later, the community cafe became one of the most loved places in Bar Harbor. Every weekend, families shared meals together. Students studied there. Elderly people found friendship instead of loneliness. And every time someone thanked Emily, she remembered the day she thought her life was falling apart. It wasn't the end. It was simply a better beginning. Moral of the story: never let one bad chapter convince you that your story is over. Sometimes the greatest opportunities arrive wearing the disguise of disappointment. Be patient, stay kind, trust the journey, because every good and bad situation comes into your life for a reason. Every ending is a new beginning. Subscribe to the Moralium for more stories that inspire, heal, and change lives. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next story.